Hi again. In Karel von Baalen's book, The Chaos of Cults, he's talking about astrology in this second chapter. And here he examines the claims that astrology is a science. The man who holds to the Principia of Newton wrote Sephirile regarding the solidarity of the solar system, the interaction of the planetary bodies and their consequent electrostatic effects upon the Earth, cannot, while subject to the air he breathes, deny the foundation principles of astrology. In order to understand even a little of this science and its principles, one must first master the meaning of certain of its leading terms. The zodiac is an imaginary belt of the heavens through which the sun and planets move in the apparent revolutions around the Earth. The ecliptic is a circle transecting this belt at an angle of 23-27 to the plane of the equator. The points where it cuts the equator are called the equinoxes. The ecliptic is divided into 12 equal sections, counting from the vernal equinox. These are called the signs of the zodiac. Each sign occupies 30 degrees of the circle. A person is said to be under a sign, that is, under its influence, when the sign is rising in the east at the moment of his birth. Moreover, each sign has a ruler, that is, a planet, which has the strongest influence upon the section of the zodiac. Thus the planet Saturn is said to govern Aquarius and Capricornus. Jupiter governs Pisces and Sagittarius. Mars governs Taurus and Libra. Mercury is ruler of Gemini and Virgo, the moon of Cancer, and the sun governs Leo. Astronomical aspects are certain angular distances measured on the ecliptic, and they form a fundamental part of astrological science. Any planet may be good or bad in its effects on the character and destiny according to the aspect that it throws on the chief points of the horoscope. These aspects are the semi-square aspect of 45 degrees, the sextile of 60 degrees, the square of 90 degrees, the trine of 120 degrees, the sesquiquadrata of 135 degrees, and the opposition of 180. The good aspects are the trine and sextile, the evil being the semi-square, square, sesquiquadrata, and opposition. There is also the conjunction, when bodies are in the same degree or part of a sign. Planets in conjunction act according to their simple natures, but when in aspect, according to the nature of the aspect. Then we have the term houses. The imaginary circle which passes immediately over your head as you face south is called the prime vertical, that is. This is divided for astrological purposes into 12 equal divisions called houses, six of which are above the horizon and 6 below it. Finally, we have the term horoscope, from Greek hora, hour, and skopos, watcher. A horoscope is a chart of the position of the planets with relation to one another at a given time, especially at the time of a person's birth, regarded as determining, or at least apt to influence, his destiny. To cast a horoscope is to draw such a chart so as to calculate the influence of the stars and planets on a person's life. The instructions given in books on astrology, whereby the beginner may draw his own horoscope, are so this writer has found them, mystifying and difficult to understand. Warnings are repeated that it takes many years of diligent study of trigonometry and kindred sciences to enable one to draw and read horoscopes accurately, and therefore it is small wonder that the average American prefers to buy one of the numerous magazines that, without further ado, warn against or encourage various activity for months ahead. Now he has a section, Astrological Claims. The claims of astrologers are truly astounding. One reads about planets whose nature is evil, and of others whose fundamental influence is salutary. But as each planet is given 2 houses which modify its influence while it is in them, the bad influence of a bad planet may, under certain astronomical conditions, be neutralized or lessened. One wonders whether this evil influence, for instance Uranus, is said to cause death by sudden catastrophes, Neptune by assassination, Saturn by blows and falls, Mars by cuts, burns, and loss of blood. One wonders if this evil influence is founded upon facts when one remembers that God made all things good, the planets included. One reads further that the benefic planets, that is, Jupiter, Venus, Sun, and Moon, produce good effects when in good disposition with another planet or in a congenial sign, but that even these good planets are uniformly evil when in square aspect. The matter becomes more bewildering when one reads about the influence that certain conditions among the planets are said to be exerting. Thus, to a person's birth under a given sign of the zodiac is attributed his height, the shape of his face, nose, mouth, the color of his hair, etc. When the fourth house contains benefic planets, there will be peace and comfort in old age or in the end of life, whensoever it may be determined. From all these interactions of planets and stars, astrologists claim the ability to predict how human characters will develop, when certain events are likely to occur, what human reactions are apt to follow, etc. With such occult knowledge at their disposal, they do not hesitate to offer counsel as to the advisability of marriage with given individuals. Let those who are unhappily mated compare their horoscopes, and they will find the signs of discord to which reference has been made above. Jupiter, in good aspect to the moon from the 11th house, will show gain by friends, advisors, and cooperative measures, because the 11th house would show gain by the marriage partner if in good aspect to the moon, or loss thereby if in evil aspect. There is almost nothing concerning which astrologers are not able to impart helpful advice. Journeys by land or sea, danger of drowning are indicated by the position of the planets. Certain persons are to be avoided as likely to bring mischief into life because the sun is in the same longitude as their malefic planets. On the other hand, by finding the places of the benefic planets and also the place of the moon and their corresponding solar dates, one may find the birth dates of those persons whose friendship should be cultivated, and with whom one should associate for mutual benefit. Astrologers claim the ability to predict the place of the planets in the various houses, not only that the end of a given person is near, but also whether death will come peacefully or in congenial surroundings or not. Even the cause of death may be predicted. Periods of good or bad fortune are determined by relating the rising, setting, and meridian passage of the planets after birth. Thus the planets are brought to their places or aspects in the radix, or horoscope of birth. This admittedly intricate method is said to have been discovered by Ptolemy and confirmed by Kepler. Besides all this, there are the effects of the transit, that is, of the planets over the places of the significator, the planet that rules the house, at birth. Thus, sun or moon eclipses are said to affect health seriously when they fall upon the place of any significator in the horoscope of birth. And finally, each division or house carries its own significance for the human body. The first house governs the personal appearance, but chiefly the face and head. The second house rules over neck and throat, as well as over finance, movable goods, and commerce. The third house not only governs short journeys, letters, and other means of communication, but also, in the body, the arms and legs, and so down to the 12th house, which rules ambushes, restraints, privations, and, in the body, ankles and feet. This is more complex than I imagined. Next time, astrology and scripture. I put in a link to a video we did on the immoral, irrational religion of the Canaanites. See you next time.